When everyone around the city of Detroit started fall camp and preseason workouts, they dreamed of this day, and we are here on a Friday afternoon into the evening at Ford Field in downtown Detroit. We crowned PSL champions today. First up, the Gold Division, the Doughboys from Pershing against the Tars from Denby. Welcome to Ford Field. Always a fun day and always blessed to have you watching it with us on the prep. With the former Doughboy of Pershing, Eric Pate, and Tom Cavanaugh down on the sidelines. Evan Stockton with you. Okay, Eric, so this is a really interesting matchup in game one, right? On one side, you got the Denby Tars, who are here for the third straight year. They feel like they can set up a cot here at Ford Field. And for the Doughboys, it's a huge deal for them to be here today. So what do you think the mental mindset is for both teams?
I think the mental mindset is very clear. The toughest team will win. It's always that way when Pershing and Denby play. Denby's dominated recently, won the last 7. Yep. Doughboys haven't beat the Tars since 2011. That was when I was a social studies teacher there. But a lot has happened, a lot has changed. Denby wants to assert themselves as, hey, the perennial Gold Division leaders. Pershing, meanwhile, wants to say, listen, no matter what the adversity is, we can still overcome it and win the championship because Doughboys never quit.
Second game this year between Pershing and Denby. Denby won the first one, but Pershing had a bunch of touchdowns called back due to penalty, and they're confident coming into this game today. We'll get a break. Come on back. Hear from both head coaches and keep getting you ready for kickoff as we crown a champ in the PSL Gold Division. Denby and Pershing on tap from Ford Field. Kickoff coming in a bit. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Standing alongside Detroit Denby head coach Eric Carr. Coach, thanks for joining us today. You know, this is a big game today, PSL championship.
Yep.
Talk about the dominance over the last several seasons, 7 in a row against Pershing. Now, this is a game where you got to throw the record books out at. What has been your message to the team going into today to stay hungry and stay focused to win a second PSL championship in the last 3 years?
Yep. So pretty much same thing, stick to the script. Lead with character. It's all about X's and O's. Man, our guys are fired up. This week has been a great week of practice for us. We're ready to play football, man. We're ready to play football. Not too much on words right now. We're just ready for the first whistle to blow, man.
We talked yesterday, and you spoke. Your team goes how it goes in the trenches. Highlighted Kenny McClendon, your pass rusher. But what would you like to see from your guys today on both sides of the line?
So I challenged my offensive line this week to really come out and establish the run game early, and just make sure our quarterback is protected. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I
already mentioned, you know, last year looking for some revenge after losing off to Detroit Central, but trying to get the second one in 3 years. What's it going to take to execute that, fulfill that, and get yourself another PSL championship?
Sticking to the game plan, sticking to the script. I'm ready to play football. I'm ready to play football, man. I'm ready to play some football.
That's all that needs to be said. Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coach Carr of Denby. We'll be back in just a minute here on The Prep. Alongside Detroit Pershing head coach Ralph Sewell. Coach, big game today, PSL championship. First time you guys have been here in a few years. Talk about what you've been able to do over the last 7 seasons with this team. Excelled immensely this year. You faced a lot of adversity as you guys have not been on home turf all season long. What's different about this year's group that has led you guys to this spot?
Love, passion, and dedication is one of our staples of what we're trying to do here at Pershing, and we think if we supply enough of that, the kids will respond. And this year, they did a good job at accepting that and taking ownership and a lot of things and accountability about what we asking for. We met them where they were. They rose to the expectation level of everyone. You see where we are in this great facility right now. So that's what I would have to say, man. Those three components, man, it does it all the time.
Take it back to September.
We are ready to go. PSL Gold Championship on the line, and both teams have decided we're starting at 5 minutes early. So off we go. It'll be Pershing to start with the ball, and the Doughboys are going to have really good starting field position right around the 50-yard line. Eric, we're excited to watch that quarterback for Pershing. There's been a ton of great athletes at that high school over the years, and they really think this quarterback, number 1, Dejon Patterson, is one of the better ones they've had at Pershing in recent memory.
Absolutely right. You're so right, Evan. Dejon Patterson, there's a checkered situation that happened this year. He thought he was going to another school, And that's a whole nother story, but we're happy to have him here at Pershing because he makes this team go. I saw him last week against Central, and he was one of the singular reasons why they won the game.
It was a 6-0 win over Central last week. It was essentially whoever won that game got to play Denby here today. They'll start in the old school power eye look and lean ahead into that Denby defensive line for a couple of yards across midfield up to the 49-yard line, Eric. The first game between these two teams, 24-6. A lot of running between these two teams, and you'd figure it's going to be a similar look to this game today.
Hey, I said it in the open. It's all about the toughness. You can, the proverbial slang. Hey, throw the records out the window. It's about toughness, east side toughness. That's what it's about today. And east side toughness is different than west side toughness.
You're going to have to elaborate on that in a second. They'll give it to the deep man this time, Christopher Thomas. Thomas has got room on the left. He's got a Doughboy first down and more, and a strong start to this opening drive for Pershing.
And one thing about Thomas last week, he gained some momentum carrying the ball on these type jet sweeps, things like that. You get him in space, he's a guy that can contribute greatly today to the Doughboy cause.
Coaching staff for the Doughboys says, hey, number 8 in white and blue, he's our sleeper all year long. Two-way guy, you'll see him at the linebacker spot for Pershing.
I think it's going to be important for the Doughboys to establish the run, and I just keep telling you about that theme of toughness and let them know that they're going to be here all 4 quarters.
Roll. Patterson rolling. Room right side. Dejon Patterson tackled beautifully in the open field. Malik Mobley, the sophomore in name only. The really nice open field tackle.
Yeah, and Mobley is one of those kids that Coach Carr talked about that has the potential to play in the next level. And you'll see several of these guys on the Denby defense and Denby roster for that matter that have that ability. But Pershing is trying a little bit trying to use their speed on the outside early on, which is pretty impressive.
And notice too on that run, they ran away from Kenneth McClinton on the far side for Denby, who has nearly 20 sacks this season. Again, give it to the first man through. That's Leonard Hines. Not a ton of yards, Eric, but this keeps him ahead of the chains. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
That's it. There's a flag down on the field, and they're calling a face mask, it looks like.
Rocking with the pink flag today for October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. See if we can get a look at it on the replay here. That was more rugby scrum than football tackle.
Absolutely.
Yep, good catch by Eric. That is indeed a face mask. And I know it's just the first drive of the game, but if you're a Denby defense that has been playing great, they've only given up 6 combined points in the last 4 games. This has got to be weird for them how this game has started.
That's right. They've won 5 in a row.
Yep.
They lost those first 2 and then really regained their stride in the PSL. And one of those wins against Pershing, as you said a few moments ago. But don't look now. Pershing is picking up. This is how they started the game last week against the Trailblazers at Say Yes Field over on 7 Mile and Van Dyke.
Got to mark off the penalty yardage here. Both teams coming in at 5-2. Pershing started the year with a win, then dropped a couple in a row, including that loss to Denby back in the middle of September. Denby lost their first 2 games this year. Lost to Chelsea and then lost to Garfield Heights out of Ohio. And now they've ripped off 5 in a row. Got to stand tall here. First drive of the game, and Pershing already in the Denby red zone. Patterson under center. Give to the deep man, Thomas. And not a lot. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That was tough sledding that time. Demarion Burrows, number 50, one of the men in the middle for Denby.
And I think right now Pershing has got to reassert itself by using what was working for them in the first couple plays of this series. Go outside. run outside, run opposite of the strength of Denby's defensive line.
Thomas, that deep man again. They roll to the left this time. Patterson forced to throw it away. As Eric, they do the exact opposite of what you're saying. They rolled the quarterback, but they rolled him to the strength of the Denby D line.
Yes, I mean, it just, he had no other option but to throw the ball away. And this brings up the biggest down of the entire series here. And I think it's 2 down territory from here.
Get a quick timeout on the field here before this opening 3rd down and the opening drive for Pershing. We have a second. Let's go down to the sidelines. You heard from Tom in the pregame talking to both coaches. We'll check in with Tom Cavanaugh in a little bit. Okay, so you were just calling, Eric, for, hey, I think we got to roll out Patterson, but they rolled him right to the strength of that D-line for Denby. So now, 3rd down and 10. How do you approach this, also considering maybe 4 down territory for the Doughboys?
Yeah, I think right now you've got to be smart with it. I would run the ball and see if I can't get one of those jet sweeps or a screen. You got to do something that can matriculate it, move it forward, get about 7 or 8, and then you're in a pretty good position for a 4th down and short.
Right now they've got that football spotted at the 13. So line to gain just about the 3-yard line. First time today that Patterson's in the shotgun. Quick drop to John Patterson. Floats it to the end zone. Yeah, he had a guy open, but couldn't twist around and make the catch open for Isaiah Moss. And it is 4th down.
Yeah, I think he tried to throw it to a spot. And so now this is Denby has to feel good about themselves right now. And as you see on the replay, I mean, he just twisted and turned him around. Had no chance. The receiver had no chance to make a catch.
So now what are you thinking on 4th down?
I just think you kind of have to do the same thing. You got to shoot for the end zone or right to the sticks anyway to try to continue to drive.
Drive that started right around midfield. Pershing was moving the ball on the ground. This drive has slowed, and they need a little pixie dust. 4th down, 10. Remember, they can get the 1st down without scoring the touchdown.
Stardust.
Dejon Patterson, pressure's coming. He throws, and there is a flag. There was coverage on the play by the linebacker, Teron Bush. That flag has been thrown in the secondary.
Pershing's response lets you know it's got to be holding or pass interference. And as you see here, as we look at the replay, Patterson again just wasn't in a good position or a place to make a good throw. His feet weren't set.
Keep this in mind, too, as you're watching these championship games into the playoff games in Michigan high school football the next handful of weeks. The only penalties that are automatic 1st down are anything that starts with roughing the passer, roughing the kicker. So they can call hold, they can call pass interference, Eric, but it's not automatic 1st down.
That's it.
So although there was a penalty on Denby here, it is still 4th down, but 4th down and much shorter.
This is the position that you want to be in if you're Pershing, considering they hadn't done anything in the last 3 or 4 downs. It's 4th and 4. You got to be able to pick up 12 feet.
Thomas and Hines in that gun with Patterson. He's running all the way. Dejon Patterson didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down.
And this is exactly what Pershing wants. Another set of downs to continue this. It would be a big lift. As you see him just on a quarterback keeper, everybody in the huddle knew that it was a Patterson down.
And unfortunately, we got a Doughboy slow to get up. And it is Patterson who is hopping up and down.
Ankle. Not good.
Watching that tackle live, Eric, it did look like a little bit of an awkward land for him. He's such a gamer. You know he's going to want to get back in there.
Now they got to go back to a backup quarterback. And that looks like Isaiah Moss. If my eyes don't deceive me, but they have before. It's either Moss or Christopher Thomas. Number 8.
No pressure. We got the backup quarterback in, and he's got to take a snap at the 2. That is Leonard Hines at quarterback. He'll roll left, and he'll score a Doughboy touchdown.
A nice play, and Pershing runs to the strength side, the right side of the Denby defense, which it's vaunted. I mean, it's played well all season long. Coach Carr from Denby, the head coach, said that, but yet Coach Sewell says, let's run right at their strength. Nice few blocks there, and he took it to the second level, and by then he's in. Nice play.
And remember, that drive could have been over on the 4th and 10 if not for the penalty on Denby.
That's right. Now, no one's going to have a kicker today. Just know that in the PSL, there aren't any kickers. King used to have one. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, we got King and Cass coming up in the nightcap. Yeah, we got movement on the right guard.
So now that makes the 2-point conversion to go back a little farther on the penalty.
It's on 59, Devarion Thomas.
And we haven't talked much about mistakes, Evan, and things, penalties. Pershing can't afford any, and they just got one.
Patterson is not back on the field. See if we can get an update from Tom Cavanaugh on the sidelines about Dijon in a moment. We're going to try to run it from a long way away. And not quite get there. That's Kenneth Porter on the run, and he's stopped on the 2-point try. We'll get our first timeout here at Ford Field in the PSL Gold Championship game. Pershing on their opening drive keeps it alive on a 4th down conversion and scores to take the early 6-0 lead on the Tars from Denby.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
It's off to the 6-0 lead. And Denby getting creative on the return. Can't get the man down. How about this effort for big Kenneth McClinton all the way across midfield. And it's great starting field position for the Denby Tars here for the 3rd straight year.
And I think Denby's going to be called for a penalty here. Flag.
We'll get a check on that, Eric, in a second, but for now.
They picked it up.
Okay, they picked it up. Down on the field, Tom Cavanaugh, 3rd member of our crew, standing by.
Here on the prep sideline, Dijon Robinson just fine. Talked to one of the assistant coaches down on the field. He should be all right for the next drive, but Denby, first time they've given up points in the last 3 weeks. They put up zeros in their last 3 games. Pershing adding some pressure early. They've only scored 60 points in their last 3 games, 172 for the Tars. It's going to be interesting to see what Pershing type of pressure they can put on the Tars. Back to you, Evan. Thanks.
Yeah, Tom, it's so interesting in games like this as Christopher Kendrick, the quarterback, bounces to the right and took a hard tackle on that play from Leonard Hines after a solid gain on 1st down. Sometimes atypical things happen in championship games. Pershing has been winning low-scoring, tight football games with their offense struggling. So, of course, what happens? They score on the opening drive, and now it's Christopher Kendrick. It's on that quarterback for Denby to try to march them down the field.
Yeah, Kendrick is one of those young men that is very dangerous no matter who's playing. And he can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He's the, what is he? One of the top passers in the league, if not at Denby's history. So Big threat.
Start him with a couple of runs, and Chris Kendrick is loose again. Oh, if he didn't get tripped up, I think he's dancing into the end zone. That was an excellent tackle by Chase Davenport to maybe save a touchdown.
And if Pershing's gonna have a good opportunity to win this game, they're definitely gonna have to be on the point of attack. I'm sure they have someone that's spying on Kendrick. They have to, because this young man is an offense all by himself.
Yeah, coming into this game, Kendrick almost 40 carries on the year, 7 rushing touchdowns. Behind that offensive line that is young in spots. Junior center, junior left guard, but also senior right tackle, senior left tackle. Running end around, and more room again. This is Trey Bush, and that's a Denby touchdown.
Yeah, Denby's response was emphatic, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. And that's touchdown number 5 in the season for number 5. What a response.
Yeah, I just think, look at this. I mean, if you're playing defense against Denby, you have to keep an eye on the football. The fakes, men in motion coming around, end around for a touchdown. It's just creativity at its finest for Denby.
No kicking game for either team, so Denby's going to go for it here. Tyree Robinson is the back with Chris Kendrick. Give it to Robinson, and he's in for 2 and a Denby lead.
And I think if you weigh or compare or analyze both drives, you look at Pershing. Pershing was, one man. It was Patterson. And for Denby, they showed some versatility, and they showed some creativity, and they have some athletes to do it. And then right here on the two-pointer, it's just right up the gut. Power football at its best, 8-6. And let's see how Pershing responds. Tackling was not at its best. Physical play on defense was not at its best. And it's early, but you have to establish yourself and assert yourself against a team like the Tars.
And remember, too, Denby is used to the bright lights and the bigger stage of Ford Field. They've been here 3 years in a row. Lost last year, won 2 years ago. Pershing has lost 7 straight times to Denby. This is a program, when Ralph Sewell took over 7 years ago, they went 0-9. So the fact that they're even here is a heck of an accomplishment.
Yeah, and there's more to it, and they'll get into it as the game goes along. With no true home field, 18875 Ryan Road, they're building a new school, and home field is taken away.
Mobley kicked it. Thomas will return it. And he's not going to get to the 35. Nice job by the Denby coverage unit there.
And so now with Pershing here, first of all, you got to make sure that the health of Patterson is intact. And then you have to see if you can't use your weapons. Pershing has some kids that have the speed. We discussed that. Last week was one of those tough games, and they had a shutout. So the defense gives up a touchdown. Now it's time for Pershing's offense to show, hey, listen, we're here. It's not a fluke, and we can sustain another drive. You got to answer these things. That's one thing about the championship-type games. You have to be able to answer when your opponent punches you in the mouth.
Good to see Deshaun Patterson is back in. Missed that end of that last Pershing drive because it looked like he twisted his ankle. Give it to the deep man, Thomas. Got away from the first guy, couldn't get away from the rest, but that's a 5-yard gain on first down. And Eric, I think Pershing is totally cool with nice long drives that keep that ball away from Denby.
That's right. Make the game short. The longer you have the ball, the better it is. The Tars are on the sideline. The quarterback's not possessing the rock and doing what he normally does. It's so important for Pershing to establish themselves, establish itself.
Timeout on the field, we'll take it with them. Just over halfway into the first quarter, each team has scored. Drive number 2 for Pershing continues after this.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess. I go like this.
The
best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
He's burned a timeout here early in the first half. Denby just called one. Patterson under center. Second out give, and that is a really nice run. Initially stopped, but Leonard Hines kept on going, and that's a first down for the Doughboys.
Hines is happy that he is back in his natural position of playing running back behind Patterson, and this is the strength for Pershing. I mean, they have some kids that can get in that I formation and run the football. They're more speedsters on the outside, but right there, they showed a little muscle. And it's going to be important for them, Evan, if they're going to continue to fight and stay in this game. They've got to be able to run it between the tackles and the guards, right on the inside.
It's an experienced Pershing line. 4 of the 5 starters are seniors. The only guy who's an underclassman is Thomas, the right guard, who did have a false start on the first drive. Delay a game on Pershing, that'll back him up 5.
Yeah, to delay a game, you can't have those kind of penalties. In a game like this, all penalties are at a premium. Those mistakes hurt you so bad. 5 yards here or there can really cost you.
Especially when you're an offense like Pershing that wants to run the ball, stay ahead of the chains, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-oh. Patterson has to fall on it. Couldn't handle that fake, and unfortunately, Patterson is slow to get up again as that D-line for Denby is starting to cause problems.
I looked at that right knee. It looked like they fell on his right knee, and he was Johnny on the spot falling on the football. That was the good news, but the bad news is in the process, he may have twisted that knee again.
Yeah, it looks like the same knee that he hurt on the first drive. They were trying to fake handoff to Hines there. May have been the read play. And all things considered, It's okay for Pershing because they fall on the ball, but this drive all of a sudden is going backward.
Yeah, now he's heading off the field because this is not good. Your best player gets hurt in the biggest game of the year, and maybe the wind got knocked out of him. We'll see.
So now this is Kenneth Porter, who finds some daylight. He's the 3rd different guy to take a snap at quarterback in this game. Hines, Patterson, and Porter have all taken one. And this is a nice little run by number 4 for Pershing.
Yeah, and at some point, Pershing, Evan, is going to have to use its arm, whichever one it is. Nice carry, right up the middle. You got to say, great job by Kenneth Porter. And he's a 10th grader. He's got time to grow.
Still looking at Patterson on the sideline. 3rd down long. Hines is now in the gun. He's running all the way, and he runs right into Kenneth McClinton. One of the finest pass rushers in the PSL makes the run stop here, and it's 4th down for Pershing.
And a lot of these Pershing players go both ways. So when you have a drive that stalls, you're saying to yourself, wow, now I got to catch my breath quickly and get back on defense. And the fatigue factor will be big later on in the game. But because I counted, I mean, it's 20, I think it's 25 Pershing kids and 29, 30 Denby players. So it's important. Get some traction when you have the ball offensively, or create some of these turnovers that need to happen here for both teams.
Deron Jennings back deep. He'll let this punt bounce, and it takes a bit of a doughboy roll inside the 30-yard line to the 28. Nice punt by Ron Lott, number 21 for the Doughboys.
Well, I think the injury to Patterson, whatever it might be. And I'm trying to see if he's back out there. I don't see number 1. Because that could play a big part in the mental game for the Doughboys, because they know the importance of having Dejon Patterson on their team. They didn't look set defensively.
Yeah, quick snap to Kendrick. The entire Pershing defense is about 5-7 yards behind the play. And Denby gains 3 on first down. All-time series between Pershing and Denby. 64th all-time meeting, but the headline coming into this one, not only has Denby won 7 straight games against the Doughboys, but this is all the way back to 2012. The combined score on those 7 wins for Denby against Pershing, 255-50.
Wow. You know, that's when the class of 81 starts coming out in me, because I bleed blue and gold, the royal blue and gold, not that other dark blue that they got over there at Denby. These schools were built the same year. That's the thing that I think people need to know. They're both built in 1930, and then the schools are exactly alike. There's a flag on the play against Denby, but my math is slower because I'm older. I think they're 95 years old this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because the year I graduated was the 50th year of Detroit Pershing.
Who says we're not giving you a history lesson on these broadcasts? Eric Pate's here for you.
Certified social studies teacher and school administrator. I better know a little bit about this history.
All right, do you want to give the history behind the Doughboys nickname for Pershing?
Absolutely, because I'm tired of the popping fresh dough, and Pillsbury was really big time back when I was in high school 45 years ago. But Pershing is named after the late General John J. Pershing, whose Doughboy regiment turned the tide in World War I. They were some runts. They were some guys that people didn't really think much of in the armed forces, but yet and still they turned the tide. And when John J. Pershing retired from the military, he was here in Detroit. He's a Missouri guy, and they named the school on 7 Mile and Ryan after him for his valor and work and effort for this country.
Another flag thrown. They call offensive offside. The only thing that can stop this Denby offense so far in the football game is apparently flags. That's their second one in 3 plays.
Well, if you're a Pershing Doughboy fan, enthusiast, player, you have to be pleased that the breaks are going your way, the mistakes are going their way.
3rd down, 14. Kendrick roll. Says go downfield. Got away from a guy. He's got a long way to go, and he's close. What effort by Christopher Kendrick. The all-time passing leader at Denby High shows off the wheels, and I think he's got the first down. What an effort by number 0.
Well, that's big time. I mean, on this one, you know, they miss a tackle at the 20 for a possible loss, and the guy turns up the field and gets a nice gain and a first down. It went from heaven to hell on that one.
And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Pershing scored on their opening drive, had to convert on a 1st down on their opening drive to get into the end zone, but then Denby marched down the field, tied it up, got a stop, and now their drive continues when the second quarter starts right after this.
At Foodie Centric, our client's agenda is our first priority. We specialize in unique items that are memorable and drive profits to your bottom line immediately. From gluten-free exclusive items to specialty Palazzolo gelato and Melting Moments ice cream sandwiches and so much more, Foodie-centric solutions will have you set for success today, tomorrow, and for the future. Foodie-centric solutions at the center of all of what's important for your first to your last goal.
PSL Gold title game about to start the second quarter. Denby with the lead of the ball. Let's go back to the sidelines and Tom Cavanaugh.
Thanks, Evan. You guys had mentioned it briefly, but Detroit Pershing, true road warriors this season. As you mentioned, the field getting redone. They have not played or practiced on their home field all season long. So, no pun intended, they feel right at home here at Ford Field. Head Coach Sewell said, that's what makes us stronger. This adversity has really pushed this team to be in this position at 5-2 on the year and looking to steal one against the Tars here at Ford Field at the PSL Championship. Thanks, Evan. Back to you.
Yeah, seriously. Really remarkable stuff going on at Pershing. Eric, I know you're excited about what's to come here and the brand new school, for a school that deserves it with such a rich history. But the fact that football team on the field has basically had no home all year, now they're home in Ford Field today, really cool.
Yeah, the school is going to be, first of all, that football field is the original football field. Nothing had been changed, so they're going to build right on that field that sits off 7 Mile. Because the school, the entrance sits off Ryan Road right now. But by 2027, the building will be up, but the football field won't be built and finished until 2029. So that means you have an entire class, 26, 27, 28, 29. It's quite possibly 29 will still be the class of 2029. Those guys will still be on the road, of course, because it's a 28 football season. So it's a tough go to sell to a incoming ninth grader. You're not going to play a home game. Your homecoming game is going to be a say yes if you can afford it. But shout out to Say Yes, Matt Stafford, all those guys, Mitch Album, for saying, hey, you can come over here and practice. You can use our field for homecoming. That was their lone homecoming game last week.
Third down here. Kendrick gives, and Tyree Robinson lowers that backside and backpedals right near the sticks. They're already moving them. First down, Denby.
And this is where Denby can impose its will. They run this football. They have a more physical line, and I think they actually have a few offensive twists here, which is pretty impressive.
Give again. Not a ton. Robinson leapt up to midfield and then got stopped there. Overall, Pershing's done a pretty nice job on both lines so far.
Yeah, I think it's been adequate. It's been decent. They have to be exceptional if they're going to win the football game. I think that's the thing that I want to place emphasis on, because Denby's line, that's where they live. Coach Carr, he is emphatic about the line of scrimmage on both sides, and Pershing's got to make a dent somehow. They haven't gambled. They played their base. Let's see if a little later on they'll have some more wrinkles.
Bingo. Blocking back in here for Denby. They brought in big 56, Ethan Gladden. He's in motion behind Kendrick. They play fake, give Kendrick time, and he throws incomplete. It's going to be another third down and long.
Now you got a flag down on the field. See what they got here.
They're looking to the Pershing sideline, maybe to see if they want to take the penalty.
It has to be, what, the fourth penalty against Denby? If it is against Denby, an eligible man downfield against the Tars.
Pershing did decline it, so they're going to make it 3rd down and 8 instead of 2nd down 13.
Now, let's be honest. Kendrick had time to throw. He had no receiver. That's strange. You don't have a receiver, but you have an eligible man downfield. His job is to get open if he's going to be ineligible.
Kendrick, quick throw. That's caught, and that's a Denby first down, but there is a flag down. Teron Bush, all 6'4" of them, rumbled for the first down, but I wonder if it's coming back. It is. Hold on Denby.
And I saw Pershing blitzed. They brought a bunch of guys, put them in the box there, and came right into the face of Kendrick, who got rid of it. It's a nice catch and run on the play. for number 3, Teron Bush, but all for naught.
So now 3rd down and 8 turns into 3rd down and more than 8. Ball spotted at the 43 at Denby. Then I got to get to Pershing's 42.
3rd and 15 on this one here, and let's see what Pershing does defensively.
Chris Kendrick loads and throws and misses Bush. Trey was wide open.
And the closest defender for Pershing was number 4, Kenneth Porter. Number 8, Christopher Thomas, was twisted. And I mean twisted. Look at this. You couldn't ask for a better scenario if you're the Denby Tars offensively. Looked like number 8 for Pershing, Thomas, just gave up on the entire route.
So because of a couple of penalties and a missed wide open receiver, Denby punts and Pershing says, we'll take it.
More like it, they're saying, whew, whew.
Yep.
I can't make that sound. They got to be, they must have the rabbit's foot in the huddle. Well, good.
Oh, they're running a fake. They got Jennings, but he's not getting the first down. Isaiah Moss made the tackle. They run fake on 4th and 15, and Moss was there to sniff it out for Pershing.
Oh, that was big time for him. And he's a linebacker tight end. That's what the program says. He just showed a lot of heart. You can see the size differential here, too. I mean, from up top, looking at this, Denby has a nice size advantage against Pershing. Pershing's going to have to live by the moniker Doughboys never quit. But that's the door is definitely open. This thing is hotly contested, to be sure.
Let's keep an eye on who's taking these snaps at quarterback. Remember, Deshaun Patterson, the star quarterback for Pershing, has been injured 2 different times in this game. He's not in. This is Malik Mobley, who's got some daylight. Beg your pardon, that's Kenneth Porter on the run for Pershing. Really nice game, though, on 1st down.
Kenneth Porter, 10th grader. They list him at 5'9", and from up here, looks like he's about 5'4".
Eric, sometimes they lie
Yes.
on the roster. I think
You
Kenneth's
think?
height and weight is a little inflated for the
That's it.
Doughboys.
That's it. Got to give him more peanut butter sandwiches.
Well, do peanut butter sandwiches help you grow?
Well,
Height?
They make you stronger. At least that's what our coaches used to say back in the day.
All right.
Eat that peanut butter.
Porter's not taking the snap here. It's Hines back there, 2nd down. He'll run it. And Leonard Hines doesn't get the first down, but gets a couple more yards. And 3rd down short for a Pershing offense that's trying to figure it out with their starting quarterback injured and out right now.
Yeah, 3rd and 2. They need a big play here to keep the drive going. They just need a drive that I think when you're moving the ball offensively, you don't get as winded as if you're on defense after a 3 and out or something. So it's a mind game, it's a momentum game, and they just really need to stay on top and keep this ball and possess it and see what happens. Because let's face it, Denby has possessed the ball and taken the momentum away minus that Pershing opening drive.
3rd down, long 2. Kenneth Porter won't quit. May have lost the football, though. Denby says they've got it. They do. They strip Kenneth Porter and take the ball back.
I want to see this replay because he did a great job. I want to see what happened as he went and broke it up the middle. Yeah, it's out. That was number 8 right there for Denby with the punch out. So this is a critical point for Pershing.
especially after they just got that stop, right? Denby gets the football right back.
Yep. We don't have an 8 on the roster. Was that possibly Tyree Robinson, number 6? Whomever. Nice play.
Kendrick keeps. Christopher Kendrick won't go down. Look at this run for number 0 for the Denby Tars. They couldn't get him 3 different times, and that's a heck of a start to the drive. And unfortunately, he's down.
He broke, I would say, 4 or 5 tackles there. A couple guys missed. Twisted and turned and refused to lose attitude from the quarterback. Kendrick is just a phenomenal player. He's probably going to be without question bar none, an all-city performer. Probably going to be an all-state performer. And you really hate to see these guys go down. But I said it was going to be, one of those things where it's East Side pride. Denby and Pershing? I mean, are you kidding me? These guys are going to really go at each other every time. I wouldn't care if it was chess, checkers, basketball, football. They're going to go at it. The schools mirror one another. That school on Kelly Road looks like the school on Ryan Road.
We'll take a break here at Ford Field and come back. Hope for good news on Christopher Kendrick, the quarterback for Denby, after this.
Love Piece Threads Design Bar, a unique new fashion experience in downtown Milford. Get ready to elevate your style by stepping foot in our design shop. Love Piece Threads Design Bar offers specialized collections of custom apparel, from denim jackets and sweatshirts to dresses and hats. We have a variety of options to choose from. Whether you're looking for a one-in-a-kind piece or you want to set a new fashion trend, our store has got you covered with endless customization options. But that's not all. Our design bar is also the perfect place for a fun and creative night out and for any kind of celebration. Book a party with us for a full experience. Gather your family or friends and design your own custom jacket, complete with patches and your own personal touches. Unleash your imagination and create something truly special with our hands-on design experience. Love Piece Threads Design Bar is more than just a store. It's a place where fashion meets creativity and community.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Good news to report. Denby quarterback Christopher Kendrick was able to walk off the field under his own power. Sitting on that Denby bench right now. We'll see if Tom Cavanaugh can get us an update on Chris in a second. They're checking on him. So now both Denby and Pershing have seen their starting quarterbacks leave the game with injury. Like there wasn't enough intrigue in a title game. They'll give it to Robinson. And Tyree gains a handful of yards on first down as Malik Mobley, number 4, took that last snap for Denby.
It's going to be really important for Pershing to remain calm. Don't panic. Stick to your keys. Stick with the fundamentals. Tackling, tackling, tackling. It's got to be the message that Ralph Sewell, head coach, a Denby alum no less, is going to have to say to his team. A lot of interesting twists with these teams.
Christopher Kendrick is back in there. Really good news for Denby. Quick drop. Kendrick back in the game. He's going deep, and he's missing Jennings. Again, a Denby receiver had a step in the secondary.
And I tell you, it is happening, and best believe that the Tars are not going to give up on that play. They're going to continue to go deep. They're going to continue to look. They see something. And in the middle of the field, you have the smallish number 4, Kenneth Porter. So Pershing secondary, they don't have any tall, lanky kids. So Denby can go outside as well when they have a quarterback, the all-time leading passer at Denby. That wasn't Kendrick either.
Kendrick gives, and Robinson's tackled. Well done. Big tackle by Christopher Thomas to set up 4th down.
You got to love it. This was all him. He read it, stayed with it, down the line. A nice finish by Christopher Thomas.
Offense still on the field here for Denby. You'd think they're going for it unless there's a pooch punt scenario here. Got to get just inside that 28-yard line of Pershing.
4th and 6. Big down for both teams right here.
They snap it to Kendrick. He's got time. He's throwing it up to the end zone. Miss Jennings again. And Pershing, for the 2nd straight drive, gets a stop.
Man, that is big. And again, Denby's receivers had a step on the Pershing defender. And that was number 4, Kenneth Porter, on defense. He was the defender there. Let's see if Pershing can mount some type of drive that mimicked their first one. I mean, that was very impressive. Of course, they were aided by a couple penalties from Denby.
Dejon Patterson, the quarterback, the starter for Pershing, is not out there again. But he is practicing handoffs on the sideline. Number 1 in white and blue, trying to see if he can get back in this game.
Is it safe to say that Pershing needs him?
Probably, Eric. Kenneth Porter gets tripped up. Started stumbling to the turf. Partially the turf monster and partially a Denby tar got him. Keep this in mind, too. Denby will get the ball to start the second half because Pershing got the ball and scored on the first drive of the game. So as this clock continues to roll, let's see how both teams use the timeouts. They each have 2 left.
And now Patterson, he's visibly limping and coming out here. He's probably saying, Coach, I can go, I can go, I can go. And, that's a scary proposition, but he probably doesn't want to hear no. You got to love a kid's heart. You just don't want him to get hurt more.
Dejon's a senior. His time at Pershing is running down. The season doesn't end today, but there's a title on the line. He's back in there. He's got some time. He's throwing a deep ball, and it's incomplete. Darius Brown and Deron Jennings locked up there. Brown, the receiver, defended by Jennings, and it's incomplete pass.
Yeah, and Patterson, he's here. Nice throw. But he just can't plant. I mean, it is evident that he is. I mean, look at him now. I mean, he wants to be out here. Remember Byron left when he was at Marshall?
Yes.
And they had to carry him and all this other stuff. Maybe he's had some visions of grandeur there.
They'll give it. 3rd down run to get a few with Christopher Thomas. Not close to getting the first down. And for now, Denby does not call timeout as that clock will run under 3 minutes to go on the half here.
Well, if you're Pershing, it's got to be a field possession game. You have to get a very nice punt. You don't want them to score. 8-6 is a lot better than say 14 or 16-6. You don't want to go down 10. You feel a lot better down 2.
I mean, poor Dejon Patterson. He cannot put any weight on that right leg.
Yeah, it's a tough break.
Punts away. And it rolls past the 50. Pershing's waving it a little further. Denby's going to start with the football at the 46.
Now, if you're Denby, all those things that were deep, I would try some intermediate stuff. I would try to go across the middle with some nice slants or some drags. It's a great opportunity for you to move it and possibly score and then get the ball back.
Denby drive coming up, trying to extend the lead going into halftime. Shout out to our friends at Smokey G's on Atwater Street here in Detroit. Entire crew got to eat some delicious Smokey G's before the game. That apple cobbler was remarkable. 313-693-2533. Go check them out down the road.
Well, I missed it, so I'm going to call them right now.
Okay.
And you think they'll DoorDash? Because I'm starving.
Eric, I think if you pay them enough, they'll do anything you want, my friend.
Yeah, with my day job, I can't eat. Lunch, what's lunch? Everybody else gets to eat. So I'm going to have to call Smokey G's at halftime.
Well, we have had a development. While we're talking about our friends at Smokey G's, there was roughing the punter called, and that is an automatic first down for Pershing.
Fumble.
Denby trying to take the ball right back. They say they have.
So fumble.
Second down. Pershing got it somehow. There is a lot going on in the last 20 seconds.
Now, I did not see the roughing the punter. I just didn't. So I'd be a lie if I said I did. But nonetheless, Pershing gets the ball and an opportunity under 2 minutes, 1:47 and counting. They've got to move a little faster with a sense of urgency.
No one's touched those couple of timeouts yet. Patterson is not in. Starter for Pershing did the best he could on the last drive, but can't put any weight on that right leg. So this is Christopher Thomas. He's running and getting a little bit of that yardage back. Still going to be third down and a mile for Denby. Eric, I do wonder, because they're getting the ball to start the second half, if they're fine with Pershing essentially wasting the rest of the first half.
Yeah, I think they're fine with it. I just think that the Doughboys can't be. You know, I think you have to move with a sense of urgency, but they're not. It seems like they are content with saying, hey, 8-6 is better than 16-6, as I said, that scenario with the Denby score. So they're content with, hey, let's go and rethink this, and maybe we can get Patterson healthy enough to make some noise in the second half. Just when I say that, it's trips left. You never know.
They'll run it and get tackled. Not a lot of room. Keep trying that right side. There's just not a lot for Leonard Hines and Christopher Thomas every time they run that way. That was Hines on the last run for Pershing. And Denby does call a timeout here. Not a bad idea to make him punt it.
Yeah.
This is the 10-year anniversary of the trouble with the snap game overall. Sometimes, you know, you just make the other team punt and see what the heck happens.
Mm-hmm. And earlier this, about a couple weeks ago, Steve Smith was in town. Of course, our gymnasium over at Pershing High School is named after Steve. We grew up in the same neighborhood and grew up in the same recreation center. But Steve has the Clarabelle Smith scholarship that goes to Pershing students. He's had it for a long time. It's almost 20 years, if not 20 years, where a kid, some kid that writes an essay, some want to say blessed or lucky kid, gets a full scholarship to Michigan State University. So we got a lot of shout out to all the Doughboy Spartans that have benefited from Steve Smith's philanthropy and scholarships in the name of his mom. And Steve had a chance to speak with this group. He always comes back enough. And then Larry Foote will be here on Monday night. And how about some name dropping there? They're both guys that I know. And they're excited about Pershing being in the city championship. Shout out to them. It's good to be able to touch and feel these guys. Mm-hmm. I've been able to teach there, be an administrator there, and be an athletic director at Pershing High School, and I'm proud of it. It's always good to have those kind of guys. We got 4 Mr. Basketballs at that school, and it is truly a great place to be.
5 state championships, too, for Pershing.
Hey, I can name them. 67, 70, 92, 93, and 09.
Punts away, line drive, and it's out of play. I think somewhere Deshaun Sims, head coach for Pershing right now, is going, okay, well, when are we adding another state championship? What do I got to do?
With him, when I was the athletic director, we put all the state championships on the door, the team room in the gym. And I really thought that Kay Felder and those guys in 2013 were going to do it, but weren't able to do it. The basketball gods, whatever you want to say, Romulus went on and did it. But we've been there a lot. We're always in the running, and Deshaun has done a great job to get us back to some semblance of a good basketball program.
I think Romulus head coach at high school had a decent head coach that year, Nate Oates.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's doing okay.
Oh, let me tell you, I tease Nate all the time. We made you rich. Those are my 3 words for Nate Oates. He was able to win that state championship and go on to Buffalo, and the rest is history. He's at Bama, a very paid, successful college basketball coach.
Chris Kendrick rolling and throwing, incomplete. Again, Miss Jennings. They keep trying to get that passing game established right now for Denby.
In the first half, we worked Nate Oates into the conversation. Isn't that something?
That's something, man.
That's what happens on the prep.
You're telling people about the history of the Doughboys nickname. We're bringing up Romulus High School basketball from 12 years ago. There's a lot going on, man.
I got to find out about the nickname, the Tars. It has something to do with the naval, the Navy.
It's Eric's homework at halftime. Kendrick roll to the right. Christopher Kendrick got a block. He's still alive. He finds an open man. This is the final play of the half. Kenneth McClinton with a long final play of the first half for Denby, but the clock does run out, and that sends us to halftime with the Tars up 8-6 on the Doughboys, and a very spirited first half in the PSL Gold title game.
I think when we talked about the East Side pride and the toughness and all of those things, just wait till the second half. I can't wait. I think it's going to be one of those physical affairs that may go down to the wire.
Second half coming up from Ford Field in about 15 minutes or so. For now, we hit a break with our halftime score. Denby 8 and Pershing 6. Tom Cavanaugh down on the field, standing by with the leading head coach at half, Zach Carr of the Denby Tars. We go down to the field and check in with them both.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. We'll go right into it. Talk about Kendrick a little bit. Here with Coach Carr here from Denby. Coach, 8-6 lead at halftime. Yep. Talk first about your defense. 6-minute mark in that second quarter. You guys got a huge stop after that initial drive from Pershing scored. What'd you like from the defensive side of the ball that you saw in those first several minutes?
Man, we stayed resilient as a group, man. Just had some alignment errors, but we got it coached up, we got it fixed up, and we were able to control the line.
Second half will start in just a few. Denby 8, Pershing 6 with a PSL title on the line. We're back to Ford Field to talk about this first half and get you ready for the second half in just a few.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596 596-0002. Visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Alongside Detroit Pershing head coach Ralph Sewell. Coach, big game today, PSL championship. First time you guys have been here in a few years. Talk about what you've been able to do over the last 7 seasons with this team. Excelled immensely this year. You faced a lot of adversity as you guys have not been on home turf all season long. What's different about this year's group that has led you guys to this spot?
Love, passion, and dedication is one of our staples of what we're trying to do here at Pershing, and we think if we supply enough of that, the kids will respond. And this year, they did a good job at accepting that and taking ownership and a lot of things and accountability about what we asking for. We met them where they were. They rose to the expectation level of everyone. You see where we are in this great facility right now. So that's what I would have to say, man. Those three components, man, it does it all the time.
Take it back to September 12th. You guys took on the same Denby team, an unfortunate loss. But what did you learn? What did you take from that matchup that's going to fuel you guys into today?
Oh, man, we looked at the film. Like I said, we took accountability. We knew a lot of those problems were on us. It wasn't necessarily what they had to do. But we saw what we needed to do a little extra, a little better this year. So this time, so hopefully this round we tighten things up and we were able to take care of business today.
Yes, sir. Last question for you. As a Denby grad, what's it like coming out here at Ford Field, going after it for all the marbles in the PSA championship?
Oh, man, shout out to my alma mater over there at Denby High School. Much love to everybody, man. It is what it is. We live for these type of days. It's like a dream come true. This is what we live for. This is what I live for. I love making my dreams reality and helping these children do the same thing. And that's what this experience is all about. It's full circle, Denby, Pershing, pretty much the same colors. So good luck to them. We're going to play a full physical game today, and hopefully everybody can be healthy after the end of this.
Yes, sir. Coach, thank you very much.
Yep.
Guys, kickoff in just a few at Ford Field here on the Prep.
I don't know how I feel about basketball, man. Ain't nothing like me.
You know I live for this game. You're good at this. This can get you where you want to go. You're smart and you're more than talented. So don't waste it by getting yourself into things you can't get out of.
You got a bright future ahead of you. You got to start focusing on the fast money.
I know situations that was actually true that never gone public. My allegations are completely false.
So how much are you gonna pay?
Some people will find a way to get to a bigger check.
Who built this? Me! And nobody taking it.
Remember, whatever you decide to do, always take God with you.
This is like a full circle moment for me. Growing up in Detroit. One bad decision could change your life for the rest of your life, brother. You got a choice to make. It's either the streets or us. I guess I don't have a choice.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Hi guys, my name is Chloe. I am from West Plainfield, Michigan. I love Pure Barre for a number of reasons, but the main reason is the space it provides us members to unwind, get a good workout in, and just come as you are. Love Pure Barre. Love you, Bridget. Go Pure Barre.
Hi, my name is Susanna.
And I'm Tanner, and we're from Farmington Hills, Michigan.
And we love Pure Barre.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and this is my friend Lisa.
Hello.
And we love Pure Barre because it's a great community. I get to work out with great people, and we have any fit level that can come, any age. You get a great workout within an hour. You don't waste time, and you're getting the full effect of Pure Barre.
And everyone's fabulous.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica from Novi. and I love coming here to Pure Barre Novi. It's an awesome workout. I've been coming here for years. It is always challenging no matter how long you come. I love it. Strength, flexibility, all the best things, but the best part is the wonderful community. There's awesome women to support and encourage each other on in our fitness goals.
I have been a member of Pure Barre for 2.5 years, and I love the variety of class formats. I really enjoy the sense of community here. When my daughter's in town, we have our mom and daughter days, working out and tucking at the bar. I look forward to class and I feel great after.
One thing that I love about Pure Barre is that it's low impact, but you get a great workout from it.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy and I am here at Pure Barre Novi, which is the best place in the world. I'm so excited. Did you know that Pure Barre is literally everything? Give it a shot. It's all about accountability and it's all about you.
Follow the prep on social media. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, and right here on our YouTube. And you can also be a part of our sponsorship team as well. Contact us today, info@theprepsports.com.
Deep is a powerful new movie that takes you inside the life and journey of Detroit's own Rob Murphy. From the inner streets to the top of D1 basketball and beyond. It's a story about perseverance, faith, leadership, and the fight to rise above adversity. You'll see the real highs, the setbacks, and the lessons that shaped him into the man that he is today. Deep is now streaming, upcoming Monday on Tubi. Don't miss it. Rob Murphy. Shout out to Syracuse. What an outstanding institution in Central New York. Evan Stockton, Eric Pate with Tom Cavanaugh down on the sidelines. You know, Eric, that first drive for Pershing, they convert on a 4th down. They end up scoring, but then the quarterback, Patterson, gets hurt. And Denby, they scored on their next drive to take the lead, but it really feels like the Tars keep shooting themselves in the foot in this game.
Yeah, the penalties really hurt Denby. Pershing's first drive was so impressive because they ran on the outside. They ran eventually down the middle, but the penalties rather helped Pershing move forward. But then Denby started to assert itself, had a nice drive, nice response, nice drive, and a 2-point conversion. The lack of a kicking game in the PSL, can't speak enough about it. But then Kendrick goes down, gets hurt, and they were trying to connect on some deep passes and weren't able to. So look for some adjustments. Look for Denby to try to hit some things, intermediate routes or underneath, and then look for Pershing to try to go back to that outside run, try to run some jet sweeps. I think Coach Sewell is going to let it all hang out in the second half and see if they can't end this seven-game losing streak to Denby.
Don't forget, this is the first of 2 PSL title games here today. PSL Gold and then PSL Blue. The rematch between Cass and King is coming up about 30 minutes or so after this one ends. Still got to finish this great PSL Gold matchup between Denby and Pershing. It's 8-6 Denby at halftime. We keep getting you ready for the second after this.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
alongside Greg Sims of Smokey G's Barbecue right here in Detroit off Atwater Street. Greg, want to say thank you for sponsoring the prep here for today's event at the PSL Championship at Ford Field. Talk a little bit about Smokey G's, how it came about and how you guys have become a Detroit staple.
What up, though? It was a pleasure for us to be able to feed you guys over there. You guys are doing great work, giving us insight on how high school football should be. But Smokey G Smokehouse, we started. Actually, my father taught me how to build a fire when I was about 8 years old, and I've been falling in love ever since. Spent a lot of summers in the South with my family down there. I'm originally here from Detroit, but my mother, shout out to my mom, is from Knoxville, Tennessee, and spending my summers in the South. Wanted to bring that here to the city of Detroit.
That's awesome. And speaking from experience, I know Evan Stockton, our play-by-play, said so as well. That apple cobbler's to die for, man. That was my number one. You gave us a full spread. But what does it mean to be a part of an event like this? This is one of the biggest games in the city of Detroit between Pershing and Denby. Talk a little bit about being a part of all of this as well.
It's a tradition. It's a pleasure. It's awesome, honestly, to see these two schools battle it out once again, the rivalry that's there, and glad to know that Smokey G's is a part of that, a staple in the community.
And lastly, I already said my pick, but give us your favorite or one of the best-selling menu items that people should be looking after and go order when they get to Smokey G's.
You really can't lose, all right? That low and slow, that smoky goodness, Smokey G's Smokehouse, located at 2670 Atwater, down the street from the Aretha. So come down, get some brisket, get some pulled pork, and even for those vegetarians, we got some smoked portobello mushrooms.
I saw that smoked salmon on there as well. That's my kind of thing.
That's right.
Greg, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Greg Sims, Smokey G's. Back to you, Evan.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here. Love Peace Threads Design Bar, a unique new fashion experience in downtown Milford. Get ready to elevate your style by stepping foot in our design shop. Love Peace Threads Design Bar offers specialized collections of custom apparel, from denim jackets and sweatshirts to dresses and hats. We have a variety of options to choose from. Whether you're looking for a one-in-a-kind piece or you want to set a new fashion trend, our store has got you covered with endless customization options. But that's not all. Our design bar is also the perfect place for a fun and creative night out and for any kind of celebration. Book a party with us for a full experience. Gather your family or friends and design your own custom jacket, complete with patches and your own personal touches. Unleash your imagination and create something truly special with our hands-on design experience. Love Peace Threads Design Bar is more than just a store. It's a place where fashion meets creativity and community.
Alongside Pershing head coach Ralph Sewell. Coach, we'll talk a little bit about Dejon Patterson. What can you tell us about his status? We saw him limping a lot in that first half.
Oh, man, doing bad right now. Got a real bad ankle sprain, high ankle sprain. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue or not. Definitely going to try to muscle it up, see if we can get him in here, then there a couple plays, see how it work out. But definitely a blown tire right now.
You guys punched it in on a team that had not let up points in the last 3 weeks. Kind of stalled out in the rest of that first half, but tell me how you guys can pick it up. Saw you guys utilizing the run game a little more. How do you guys put more points on the board? You're only down 2 points currently.
Yep, got the big horse out, Patterson, so put us real one-dimensional right now. What we're trying to do is really a multifaceted team where we could pass and run with the balance. Right now, just seeing what we could do on the ground, see if we can get it rolling in the end zone.
Coach, good luck. Thank you very much. Back to you, Evan.
All right, let's see. Unfortunately, Dejon Patterson out for the foreseeable future for Pershing. Trying to figure it out offensively after that opening drive, then march right down the field. So Doughboys will kick it to start this second half. As Denby preparing to get the lead back, the ball back with the lead. Pershing sends it away. Chance for a Denby return. Jennings kept faking. Deron Jennings kept the ball. Number 7 for Denby is loose. Deron Jennings is gone. Touchdown.
That's how you start the second half. What can you say? I mean, that was big time. I mean, they run this fake action, you got to watch the ball. It's easy to say from here, but what a nice return by Jennings.
Faked it 3 different times and then came out of the pack, and by the time Pershing realized who had the ball, it was too late. 73 yards to the house.
Wow. I mean, that is a big-time play for the Denby Tires. I mean, that jump starts you, that gets you on your way, and it makes you feel really good about what's to come.
And this is where, if you're Denby, you'd love a kicking game because you make the extra point, you go up by 2 scores, but neither of these teams kick the extra point. So if Pershing can stop them here on the 2-point try, it is a 1-score game. Kendrick back in the fields. Fade into the corner. Jennings got a flag.
Yeah.
Beg your pardon. They were hoping for Teron Bush in that corner, and it looks like number 3 was held.
So that's half the distance now. The Patterson loss is huge. I mean, the guy plays both sides of the football. Conceivably, he would have been there over the top in a bracket coverage from the safety position. I mean, it's just – that's a tough one. But Pershing's got to show some toughness.
Kendrick tried to sneak it in, and it doesn't look like he got there. Denby didn't get it. They get the penalty on the first try, move a little closer, tried to quick snap and sneak it in, and shout out to that Pershing D-line. They held firm here.
Yeah, you got to show you got to show some love for their defense, because this is a scenario where you're thinking, hey, Denby can gain some momentum, make it a 2-score lead, double digits, but nothing doing. Those Doughboys never quit, and Coach Sewell and those guys have been through a lot. This is the time to really rise up. More adversity. It wouldn't be right. If it ain't rough, it ain't right. Isn't it what Rasheed Wallace used to say back during the Pistons championship runs? But Pershing's got to respond big here. This is the biggest drive of the game for them. As we see the replay of the kickoff return touchdown, 73 yards for Jennings. I mean, it just had a nice convoy of blockers. Hit the sideline, and the rest was history, as they say.
They've been trying to spring Jennings in the passing game. They can't quite get him. Finally gets the ball to kick return, and he was gone. That did hit a Pershing Doughboy, and they got a fall on it. Christopher Thomas saves the day and falls on the ball with a flag.
Man.
And with the way that Denby was reacting, it's on Pershing.
Yeah. So far, it looks like Pershing has caught the turnover bug that Denby had in the first half. Unsportsmanlike, and is that a 15-yarder there?
It is.
Man, just what you don't need. You were going to start on the 36. Now you're going to start on the 21. Big difference.
These were the standings in the PSL Gold coming in. Denby, the perfect 5-0 record. Pershing beat Central 6-0 last week in what was essentially a semifinal to get there. So now after the penalty, this drive for Pershing, a team that already is missing their quarterback. Patterson left the game essentially on the first drive. He tried to come back later in the half, but you could tell Dijon wasn't quite right, so.
And if you're Denby, you know exactly what Pershing's going to do. It's quarterback keeper left, quarterback keeper right, occasional handoff. It's hard to do things that you weren't prepared for.
Patterson is in there, and he hands to Kenneth Porter, who gets across the 25 to the 26. You know, I do wonder. Clearly, Patterson is not 100%. We got another flag
that's
way after the play ended. Yep.
Yeah, that's unsportsmanlike because Denby's kid just pushed over a Pershing offensive player. And Patterson's I think he's just got to come out and just sit down.
Yeah.
They can't tape that up enough. It's a high ankle sprain, and those are the kind. First guy I ever heard say that was when I was covering the Lions back in the 90s, Wayne Fonts. he used to be the doctor. I give you the injury report on Mondays and Wednesdays. High ankle sprain, and now it's just high ankle sprain all the time, and that's a little different than just the regular one that puffs up. It's one of those things where they say it's like into the tendon. I'm no doctor. I just play a doctor at school, but this is Patterson's got to really, I think, have a seat.
Yeah, they tried to bring him in to maybe at least hand the ball off, right, or capable, but
be a decoy, be somebody that maybe they could look at, but man, they're coming.
Oh boy, what a hit. Demarion Burrows, hello, with yet another flag after the play.
And I want to say that was number 8, Christopher Thomas, back there for Pershing.
Poor Christopher Thomas got crushed by Burrows, and the flag is on Denby.
Now, Denby, you got to play disciplined football. Coach Carr is probably going to go nuts on this sideline. These young men can't maintain a level of discipline. That's 2 or 3, as we see Dejon Patterson, who's been through a journey himself this year. Tough situations, and now he's here. Wayne State commit. Going to see what happens with Wayne State. But nonetheless, Pershing is not out of this game. Patterson aside.
This is still a one-score game. Running all the way and getting a handful of yards on first down, as that play does not die. Right now, Pershing is going back and forth between Christopher Thomas and Leonard Hines, running on those straight runs.
And if you're Pershing, every time a kid is slow to get up, you're gasping for air, because they can't afford another injury. They can't afford any miscues. And Coach Sewell, I mean, he think about it. Kid goes to school all day, gets there early, gets on a bus, goes to practice at a park that's less than a mile away, or a little farther down the street at a park where you load a bus. Either way, it makes for a long day for these young men. Like they're working at a plant.
Second down here for Pershing. Another direct snap and another run that ends up looking pretty good. Again, they're going back and forth between Hines and Thomas. That was Christopher Thomas on the last run, and it's awfully close to another Doughboy first down.
What was that play called when the direct snaps were called?
The Wildcat.
The Wildcat.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, because Evan, I'm 61, 62 next month. I forgot all about that. The Wildcat is back.
It was Ronnie Brown and the Miami Dolphins.
That's right.
Yep, pulled it out against the Patriots, and even Bill Belichick had no earthly idea what was going on in that game.
The Wildcat. Now you see young fella number 4, Porter, Kenneth Porter, coming back into the ball game.
A Pershing offense that doesn't have their stud quarterback, but is managing to move on this drive, trying to tie the game.
Big third down.
Thomas is running, and he's got the first down. He won't go down. Pushes that pile. The ball came out, and they didn't whistle the play dead. This is live, and Robinson's got it.
Kid took it from him. Just snatched it out of his arms.
Eric, I was about to say they were getting real close on that play to calling forward progress. They never called it, and it turns into a disaster for Pershing.
There's the replay, and they just held him up long enough and just took it from him. That's a bizarre play. They held him up just enough.
And that call's so hard for an official, because it is subject to, okay, when are we going to blow the play dead or not?
Yeah, and there's no instant replay, anything like that.
Right.
And I don't think Pershing's defense was ready.
Christopher Kendrick Out of bounds. It'll be another Denby first down.
I think now Pershing's tired of the adversity story. They want it to end because it is getting, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That load of adversity that they've carried coming into the game to even get here, and now to have the turnovers occur. The kickoff return and the turnover there, just when they're starting to gain some momentum.
Kendrick rolls, throws, got it caught. Malik Mobley makes the catch. All game long, Denby is trying to get that passing game established, and this time they do get a catch for a first down.
And they're trying to show their versatility. They're on the ball. See, Pershing has got to, they call a timeout, but they got to somehow stop the leak, because now Denby's starting to roll offensively. They're getting some balance. They were starting to run a little hurry up. And so Pershing's got to be, you can't keep your head down. You have to know what the defensive call is. I saw a couple times guys were waving their hands trying to figure out what are we in. They're not set. That was the previous play. You've got to understand what you're doing on the field at all times.
Denby coming in at 5-2. Won the PSL Gold in the regular season, the perfect 5-0 record. Beat Pershing earlier in the year, 24-6. Last year went 10-4. Lost in this championship game to Detroit Central, then lost in their first playoff game to Flat Rock. Eric, you can sense it, though, as this game goes along, right? Pershing gets off to the great start, but unfortunately for them, their quarterback gets hurt. They're facing a lot of adversity. And Denby's been here 3 years in a row. They're making the playoffs now, year after year. You can really feel them getting comfortable in this game.
Yeah, they really are, and they're establishing themselves. They have a tempo now, and that's critical. Momentum and tempo are close cousins. And when you have that going for you, it makes it tough for a defense.
Kendrick gives. Mobley with room on the left. Malik Mobley! Ball is out. Flags are down. There's 3 flags on the field. And Pershing's got the football. Yet again, a self-inflicted wound by Denby.
Man, flags everywhere. I imagine the penalty is against. It's got to be against Denby. Looks like a illegal block, and that is certainly a fumble, and that is certainly a recovery by number 3.
It's Darius Brown who fell on it.
Wow.
They have declined the penalty and given Pershing the ball. So in a game where Denby, in terms of total offense, has to be double if not triple Pershing's yards, where Pershing's missing their starting quarterback. He's basically been out the entire game since the first drive. But somehow, some way, Pershing is still in this game, only down by 1 score.
Well, I could tell you about the T-shirts that have been made years ago about the Pershing basketball team and the motto of Pershing, all for one, one for all, that stuff. But I have to remain totally objective here. But Denby is really hurting their own cause.
This drive starts deep in their own territory. Leonard Hines running to the right. Got back across that original line of scrimmage, gained a couple of more yards.
It is really impressive to see just the heart that this team, that Pershing is they're putting up putting together a lot of heart, but at the end of the day, you want to win the football game. Forget all this song and dance stuff. And can they continue to run the ball? And take care of it, because they moved the ball the last drive and fumbled it, unfortunately. So let's see what Pershing can put together. And if you're Denby, you got to come up with some big hits.
Running right again. This time Hines brought down from behind. There he is, Kenneth McClinton. 17.5 sacks on the season coming in. Best sack artist in the history at Denby High, and he blows up this play.
Wow. And you got the defensive backs here from Denby getting some quick calisthenics in. I think that was number 7 there, Deron Jennings, and number 4, Malik Mobley, getting their calisthenics in, making sure that they don't make those mistakes, staying loose. And what a tall task. Pershing going against one of the toughest defenses in the city in Denby.
3rd down and a mile. Got a ways to go. Not going to get there. They snapped it to Thomas, who barely gained a half a yard. And now, Eric, we are seeing the problems here for Pershing, and their coaching staff knew it when they talked to Tom at halftime. When you don't have your starting quarterback and you're one-dimensional, it's easy for Denby to defend.
You can blow sunshine up in a guy's ear all day long. You can say all the positive things. But when you know that one of your best players, if not the best player in the program, is hurt, man, it has to take a mental strain on you, and that's, I think, what's happening to the Doughboys.
Aaron Lott to punt it away. Already had a good punt in this game so far. The last touchdown for Denby came on a kick return touchdown to start this half. Does Lightning strike again on a punt return? Lott's punt, wobbling, and dropped on the run. Does Pershing get it back again?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yes, they do. Unbelievable.
And if you're a Denby fan,
unbelievable,
you would not be a football fan if you're sitting and watching, how many times are we going to give it back to them? They try to get aggressive here, Eric, on the return, and it turns into a disaster.
True confessions from a color guy. If I wasn't broadcasting this game, I'd be here, and I'd be going crazy right now for Pershing. This is exactly what you want, and if you're Denby, you got to be pulling your hair out. There was no reason to try to return that, but you're down at Ford Field. You've seen it on TV, for crying out loud. You want to get to that Honolulu blue and silver end zone with Lions there. Got a little greedy there, and you can't help it. These are teenagers.
Yeah, that's Jennings who just returned the kick for the touchdown. So you get it. He's kind of feeling himself. He's trying to score a touchdown, but that ball's dropped by Hines, and this play's going nowhere. McClinton blows him up again for a big loss.
And who knows? Maybe Jennings' girlfriend is in the stands. She may be a cheerleader. He may have family here. The bright lights. You're down near downtown in Detroit, where the Lions play. It's huge. It's got to be one of those things where you want to make a play and you want to put it away, and it just does not happen. So you have to stick with the fundamentals. You cannot be careless. We don't want to play hero ball, as folks have said. So it's tough.
2nd down, 15, whenever Pershing snaps it. They've already burned 1 timeout in the half, and
flag on the play.
Did Pershing get the timeout, or did they end up taking delay a game? So I think the officials are trying to figure out here. Make sure to stick around for our nightcap. What a great ball game that's going to be. PSL Blue Championship, Cass Tech undefeated, 7-0. Won the PSL title 3 years in a row to take on King, who fell just short against Cass in their first meeting earlier this year. That is going to be a heck of a football game. Pershing Doughboys back here at Ford Field. 5-2 overall, 4-1 in the PSL Gold this year. Eric, you mentioned Larry Foote, former Lion, former Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going to be here on Monday night for the Lion game against Tampa Bay.
He's assistant defensive coordinator, or you know, he's worked his way from 7 Mile and Ryan to Ann Arbor, Michigan, to an NFL veteran, Super Bowl champion, won his Super Bowl here, Super Bowl 40. Just really proud of Larry, and as all of the Doughboy Nation is, he exemplifies what Pershing's athletic program is about. He's a great gentleman, a great father, and he's got a son that's doing some big things in football right now. So he's in high school. So Larry extends his best wishes, reached out to him on the gram, and shout out to him. And see, we don't want the Bucks to win, though. We can
we do not.
We can be homers. We can be homers on that one. But he exemplifies what this Pershing pride is all about.
That Tampa Bay is a really good football team. Baker Mayfield, if it was today, maybe NFL MVP. He's had an amazing season. Pershing trying to figure it out. Trying to throw without their quarterback. Now they'll tuck and run. And he's brought down. Ball's out, but he's down. That was Darius Brown, the fourth different man in this game to take a snap at quarterback for Pershing. And if this tackle isn't made in the secondary, Eric, I think Darius is still running.
Man, that is a big tackle there. And now you just got to play field possession if you're Pershing and just punt it away.
As Deshaun Patterson, unfortunately, is being carted off the field here.
Yeah, that's too bad. And what a way for this kid, you know, to end his PSL career. Wayne State commit. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some late MAC looks.
Third down, running with Leonard Hines. Made a man miss, got the first down. Took a big hit at the end of the play, but Leonard Hines still got the first down. And some life for Pershing.
That's big time. I mean, that is the kind of – somebody's got to step up and execute, and that is a really good run by Hines. You get to the outside, and Denby, I mean, they laid a hat now. They're not going to stop hitting. That's for sure. This is not flag football when these two get together. That is for darn sure.
That was Trevin Cottrell who had the big hit on the last play. But Hines, who's got the only Pershing touchdown in this game, keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, I think Pershing right here would be satisfied with a long 15-play drive that chewed up a lot of clock and arguably went into, of course, it'll go into the fourth quarter if it goes 15 plays.
Let's delay a game on Pershing. Another thing, of course, they're dealing with here. When you don't have your normal quarterback in the game, it's tough for the new guys taking the snaps to figure out the play clock and all those sorts of things.
You're so right, and this is not something that they prepared for. There's no way that they were ready for Murphy's Law to occur.
Christopher Thomas on first down in 15 gets a yard. And a huge part too here is Pershing has just the one timeout left because they burned one earlier on this drive. So now not only are you playing Denby down by 8 points, but you're also playing the clock. It's very quickly under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter here.
Wow. Well, Pershing has faced adversity and they stared it down. And this is a big one here. I mean, now even beyond today, you got to think about playing without Patterson, and you got 5 wins. Now, they should get the playoff points, and they should be in, but there's no guarantee. That's down the road. They're worried about today right now.
Selection show a week from Sunday when everyone's going to figure out if they're going to the playoffs or not. Changed the rules a couple of years ago. It used to be 5-4 and you're in. That's not quite how it works anymore. And Pershing just burned their last timeout.
Wow.
Down by 8. With about a minute to go in the third quarter. Let's take it with them. Coming down the wire in the third quarter. Denby's got the lead. Pershing's got the ball, but they're trying to figure it out with multiple new quarterbacks in the game.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations. driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Deep is a powerful new movie that takes you inside the life and journey of Detroit's own Rob Murphy, from the inner streets to the top of D1 basketball and beyond. You'll see the real highs, setbacks, and lessons that shaped Rob into the man that he is today. Streaming coming up on Monday on Tubi. Don't miss it. Rob Murphy, a proud Detroit guy through and through, done some amazing things in the world of basketball. Eastern Michigan, Syracuse, Detroit Pistons, you name it, Rob's been there.
Proud alum of Detroit Mumford High School.
Mm-hmm.
And coached at Central, won a state championship, played one of the more memorable city championship games against Cass Tech, and unfortunately took it on the chin, but that was a heck of a game. I did that broadcast years ago on another network, but interesting guy. Rob Murphy has a story out there.
Third down here for Pershing. They'll run it with Hines, and he slips. Big loss on 3rd and 11. 4th down 16 coming up. And that 4th down snap for Pershing will happen when we start the 4th quarter. Coming down the wire in our PSL Gold title game on this Friday, October night inside Ford Field. Denby up by 8 and slated to get the football when we start the 4th quarter after this.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
4th quarter coming up from Ford Field. Let's go back down to the sidelines and Tom.
Thanks, Evan. No surprise, Detroit Denby on top right now, 14-6. They got some next-level talent on their team. Talking with head coach Zach Carr yesterday, he mentioned a couple of their guys in Trey Bush, Teron Bush, Chris Mitchell on the offensive and defensive line, quarterback Chris Kendrick, who has offers to both Winston-Salem State and Coach Carr's alma mater, Kentucky State. There is college talent littered all over this field, and if Deron Jennings hasn't had any looks yet, he sure will after that huge kick return for a touchdown to open the second half. Back to you, Evan. Thank you.
Yeah, Tom, I got a feeling we're going to be seeing that kick return for a touchdown on quite a few Instagram reels and Instagram pages going forward. 73-yard kick return for a touchdown to start the second half for Jennings. He's back there again on this return for Denby, and he just fumbled the last punt return. Denby trying to lock down a title in this 4th quarter. Jennings this time just gets the heck away from the football. Takes a sideways roll, and it'll die right around the 43-yard line.
That's not a bad punt from Pershing, punter there. Remember Coach Carr mentioned character, accountability, responsibility, and respect. I thought when he said it, I thought to myself, well, that's pretty good. Then I realized it's the acronym for his last name. So Carr football, character, accountability, responsibility, and respect, it all works. And it has for Coach Carr, who, of course, 5th year as head coach, 8th year a part of the program here at Denby. He's the assistant principal. What did he say? I'm the assistant principal to about 4:30. I wish I could say that. I'm always the assistant principal running around that joint where I'm at. But it's unbelievable what he's done at Denby with some of the kids that are from some pretty tough backgrounds on the east side. And there's some sort of confab, delay, etc. going on here.
And, you know, Eric, this is kind of the thing that I'm sure Coach Carr is, if he had any hair left, he'd be pulling it out while watching this game. And I'm sure a lot of fans for Denby watching this game are going, how in the world are we only up 14-6 in this game?
That's right. It has been a parade, a menagerie of penalties that have occurred for the Denby Tars. And, you come into these type situations and you want to play perfect football. Obviously, it never happens. But the big play, always remember the big play. And number 7 there, that was our good friend, number 7, Jennings, who had the big kickoff return.
Penalty on Pershing before the start of the drive. So Kendrick runs the ball and maybe gains half a yard. This is where it gets interesting, Eric, and we were talking about this when Pershing called their last time out near the end of the third quarter. Now if you're Denby, you're up by the 1 score. Yeah, you'd like to score again, but also Pershing can't stop the clock again the rest of the game, so you're also playing against the clock here too, it feels like.
That's it. All you need to do is run the football, possess it, and don't turn it over, for crying out loud. If you're Denby, the formula is simple.
Kendrick running again. Christopher Kendrick can't get away. You've got to give some love to Pershing. Even if they lose this football game tonight, when you lose your starting quarterback essentially on the first drive of the game, and time and again your defense has to turn back around and make stop after stop, they've really fought hard in this game, win or lose.
You're so right, but against a stud like Kendrick, a quarterback who is arguably one of the best, if not the best in the conference, in the league. And Pershing has held its own. They showed a lot of that heart. But at Pershing, they won championships, so there are no moral victories, and I'm sure Coach Sewell feels the same way.
Kendrick running right this time, and Christopher Kendrick is not close to getting the first down. And you wonder what the decision is for Denby here. Do you play field position or do you go for it? So briefly, an official's timeout as one of those Denby Tars was slow to get up. Eric, if you're their coaching staff, all things considered, if you're Denby, what are you doing here?
Right here, I mean, it's just protect the football and just go power against power. You have to run the football. Your quarterback draw can work against Pershing's defense, you would think. That Pershing's risen to the occasion, but then if you get to a fourth and, you're in that 4th and 3 situation, you just got to push it forward. You need a first down. And the person I trust the most is Kendrick. You got to let him carry the football. Nothing fancy. Hold it, even if it's 2 hands up the middle. It doesn't have to be the flavorful variety, so to speak. It's just straight vanilla, hard-nosed football. Rely on your line of scrimmage. That's what Coach Carr has rested his hat on in that entire program. So I would run it right up the middle.
Again, the no timeouts left for Pershing. So if you're Denby, you get the first down. You're killing at least 2 minutes, 15 seconds of game action to get another set of downs. Malik Mobley, number 4, has run it from this spot today. He's back there now. He may throw. He pumps, and he's got a wide open man. Teron Bush, the biggest first down of the game for Denby.
Well, there goes my play calling career. I thought they'd play it safe, but this is the middle that they've been looking at all night long. They set it up real nice, and when you need it the most, there's Teron Bush. Is that a Pershing doughboy down? Yes.
Yeah, looks like Christopher Thomas slow to get up. He's the guy who's been forced to take so many of those snaps from the single wing at quarterback with Patterson hurt for the Doughboys.
This is the time of the game where, your toughness has to really come through, and then if you're Pershing, you got to try to create a turnover. That's the only way the pendulum is going to swing your way, it seems. You don't want to be desperate. They can play heads-up football, but my goodness, the time is not on your side.
A Pershing team that when their coaching staff took over 7 years ago, they went 0-9. Kendrick facing pressure. Kendrick to the end zone. Almost picked. He was hoping for Jennings, and Aaron Lott knocked it down.
Isn't that something? I mean, Pershing, they're not going to quit.
No.
They're just not. And the defensive secondary has been tested. And right here, throwing a little bit across his body, that should have been picked. I want to get the number of that defender, but my goodness, Pershing.
Eric, what I'm sitting up here wondering, thinking is, okay, Pershing has no timeouts left. I get trying to slip in a pass every once in a while, but on first down?
Right. It's if you're Coach Sewell and those guys over there, and Coach Bailiff and all those young men, they're saying that's a little disrespectful to us.
Robinson will run it here, and Tyree will get across the 30 to the 29. Just one touchdown in this second half between these two teams. It was on a Deron Jennings 73-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to start the second half. And right now it's holding up for Denby.
And, the funny thing is when you think about these two teams and the neighborhoods and whatnot, talk to a Denby person, we're really from the east side. Pershing people, well, that's closer to the west side. So the east side beef sometimes comes out when you get Denby and Pershing people in the same room.
Chris Kendrick keeps it. And the quarterback for the Tars doesn't have the first down. He got close.
Wow.
It's fourth down and maybe a yard, maybe less.
Wow. Pershing has to really come up. This is right up the gut, nothing fancy, but power on power, nice lane. But in the second level, Pershing's there. This time they got to, if the Dope Boys still have a chance, this is it. They got to stop them here on this down and get that ball back.
What's your call here if you're Denby?
Well, last time I was way off, so let's right up the middle. Quarterback draw.
They threw it on the last fourth down with Mobley. Low snap to Kendrick, and he lost the ball. Does Pershing get another takeaway? It would be their third in the last 8 minutes of game action. It's Denby football.
Man.
My
Zach
goodness.
Carr, had they turned that ball over, Zach Carr may have needed someone to call 911. Look at this. And that is a fumble. It bounced up. That football was loose.
That low snap to Kendrick, I don't know if he ever actually had the ball when he was running with it.
Wow. That's cause for a cardiac arrest. These are the kids we deal with on a regular basis. They'll do crazy things. We have to remember and understand these are the young people of the social networking generation. Maybe he wanted to check his phone. I don't know.
You're the guy who's looking at his Instagram story in every commercial break. Who are you to talk about social networking?
Let me tell you something. I got the disease too. Everybody's got it. There's no vaccination for it yet.
Got a timeout on the field coming up on 5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
What are you doing? You calling me out?
That is exactly what I'm doing, Eric. That is
listen,
I'm just trying to be fair to everyone watching. I'm just saying.
Hey, true confessions of a color analyst. This is one of those things where you want to keep track of what's going on.
Sure.
We want to see what's going on in our broadcast, but in all seriousness, the focus sometimes with our young student athletes, and I encounter them on a daily basis where I am, you just have to. Guys have to learn how to put that thing away and focus on the job and the task at hand. And I know it's hard because that Jennings is going to go right to the phone when this is over and check out his return. And we're not going to help him because we're going to put a nice reel out. So that's how it goes.
Busy night of football on the prep. We got the PSL Blue title game, Cass and King coming up, and we also have a doubleheader. Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Brother Rice over on the red turf at Orchard Lake tonight. Chad, Stick, and Maggie on the call of that one. Brother Rice got a big win over De La Salle last week. Again, depending on that playoff point scenario, Brother Rice probably in with that win last week. St. Mary's only loss this year is to probably the best team in the state, Catholic Central. If Cass Tech isn't the best team in the state, it's the Shamrocks.
Wow. Nice play call.
Trayvon Bush.
Nice play call.
That's the second time he scored tonight, and that may be the capper on a PSL title for Denby.
That is an excellent play call. All night long, Pershing's defense has had a problem watching for the fakes. It's like a wing T effect. And on this play, just check it out. It's like a Statue of Liberty, but, Bomberooski, a Fumblerooski type play, nice and tricky. Pershing had no idea where that ball carrier was, and that was a nice play call by the Denby offensive coordinator.
They're going to go for two. Oh, they got more trickeration. How many times can we lateral the football?
It's dead.
Yeah, it's incomplete. I mean, even Ben Johnson would be proud watching this play.
Man.
I think we had 1, 2 laterals and then a backwards pass.
That was the Ford Field special.
Yep.
But the Pershing defense said it, the blue plate special. We're going to stop it. And down 2 scores, they need a quick one, and there's a Denby player down.
Fortunately, we've had a couple injuries racking up here on each side as the game goes along. Let's hit a break. 7 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Denby just scored. Second time tonight, Trayvon Bush has rumbled into the end zone. And they're up 2 scores late in this PSL title game.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Shout out again to our friends at Smokey G's. Delicious brisket, mac and cheese, apple cobbler before the game. And thanks again to Mr. Sims for joining us at halftime. Go check out their food, 2670 Atwater Street here in Detroit, 313-693-2533. Hey, maybe you need some food for tonight when you're watching Cass and King later on tonight with us. Go get some Smokey G's.
Well, you know, just rub it in, why don't you? I know we had to run these ads, but don't make it sound so delicious, why don't you?
I'm going to, because it is delicious, and I want to make sure they get their dollar.
Goodness.
Come on now.
I gotta suppress this hunger.
You're gonna have like 30 minutes before the next game. Plenty of time for a snack.
If I grab a snack, I won't make it back.
All right.
So
Okay.
it's gonna be tough sledding for me. So what I'm saying is, people out there in TV land, listen. Please grab some Smokey G's. Come on up to the box. Extra sauce, please.
Malik Mobley will kick it right in the middle, and Pershing will keep this return going, and in the process lose about 5 yards. Kenneth McClinton makes a nice tackle on special teams for Denby. Let's go back down to the sidelines. Tom Cavanaugh with more.
Guys, after that Trey Bush touchdown for Denby, they're closing in on their 18th overall PSL championship in school history. It'll be the second one in the past 3 years, avenging the loss from last year, losing to Detroit Central. Coach Carr's been along for the last 8 years of this ride, and it's really turning into a dynasty here at Ford Field for Denby. Really, really awesome stuff from these guys as they're closing in on number 18.
And that's pretty impressive, Evan, because, you know, the power structure is certainly changed. It's Cass, King, and folks thought conceivably Renaissance because the way schools have gone. Let's face it, the Detroit Public Schools enrollment has gone down. Kids are heading out to the suburbs. But the bottom line is this gold division, it's Denby Central. It's been Denby Central. Now Pershing's trying to creep in there and make some noise. But Denby's done a great job here the last 3 years.
Kenneth Porter going to take the snap here for Pershing and get wrangled down at that line of scrimmage again, as there's big Kenneth McClinton again. Now if you're Denby, right? Hypothetically, you hang on, you win this game, you got one more game, and then you're going to the playoffs where you're trying to finally get over that hump. Lost a couple of years ago to Southeastern. Last year they lose to Flat Rock in the first round. I mean, we've seen it. Denby's got dudes on that team who can win themselves a game or two in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they have some nice balance. This is a team that builds for playoff runs. The PSL has the Casses, the Kings, but the other teams that Jay Alexander likes to schedule crossovers that work for the teams that are close. Denby's not close. They're in.
Kenneth Porter tackled by Cottrell, as this Denby defense has been a swarming mob in the second half.
Yeah, they're starting to flex their muscles now, but back to what we were just talking about. Denby wins today or tonight or this evening, whatever you want to call it. That's their 6th win they're in. And for Pershing, the concerns become Patterson. Conceivably, if this score stays the same. But Pershing should get in. The score, I think they have a nice, easy, well, not easy game. I don't want to disrespect anyone, but a winnable game.
East Point coming up next week.
East Point is perfect. They are 1-6 going into tonight's contest. So Pershing wants to win that game and get it over with. That's a Saturday game too.
Third down, still running it. Pershing's got room. Watch this play. The turf monster saved the touchdown. Poor Leonard Hines had the blue paint in his sights, but he was tripped up by the turf.
And had he scored this game, man, and it's set up perfectly, as you can see on the replay, nice blocks. Got to pass the second level and just, my goodness. The adversity strikes again against the Doughboys.
Poor Leonard's going to put his head on the pillow tonight and go, how in the world did I trip on that run?
Man.
But it is a first down for Pershing. Problem is they don't have any timeouts left, so if Denby gets the ball back, they can't stop the clock.
Penalty.
Yep.
Is that the delay?
Well, they pointed toward Denby the first time.
Wow. Seems like every penalty has been against Denby. I don't have the official stat count.
I mean, that's the thing that, among a handful of things, has kept this game so close for so long. Denby in this second half fumbled it multiple times, multiple costly penalties. It's going to be a tape that for a lot of those Denby guys is going to be tough to watch because that coaching staff's really going to get on them a lot of these unforced errors. Coming up on 4 minutes to go. Pershing offense that lost their star starting quarterback on the first drive of the game, trying to piecemeal their way to the finish line. Reverse Thomas, blown up. Denby was not fooled. Great tackle in the open field for a big-time loss for Bush.
Two can play that game, but not quite. Pershing tried to catch Denby sleeping, and it didn't happen. So, you know, it's one-dimensional, and at this point in time in the game, 3:13 and ticking, if you want to win the game right now, you got to throw it. You got to find a way to get someone open. Your fastest person, just run a fly pattern, a post, anything to get you there.
Under 3 minutes remaining. Run all the way. Got back to that original line of scrimmage and no more. As Christopher Thomas was tackled. Well, we got a second here, Eric. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going to be joining us for the second game tonight, Cass Tech, Detroit King. What do you see as the early scouting report in that next chapter of the great rivalry?
Well, I just think King left although they lost the game a couple weeks ago, 27-22, the momentum is with King. They have an extra bite, an extra hunger, an extra desire to win. But there's only one problem. Cass Tech has arguably the best player in the state in C.J. Sadler. He's heading off to University of North Carolina, and the quarterback, Tay Brown, is a solid player as well. I think this is going to be a really good game, and that's why folks were lined up as I came into the building to get their tickets. They didn't care about this one. This is the B side. The A side, the main event, Cass King. At King, they call him Grand River. They don't even refer to Cass. It's like down at Ohio State. They cross out all the M's on the campus during the Michigan-Ohio State game. This is arguably one of the biggest rivalries in the country, and the records and the success and everything proves it. So. This, as they say, get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, I mean, you flip on a college game, you're probably going to see a Cass or King guy. You turn on an NFL game, there's a good chance you're going to see a Cass or King guy.
I got a story for you. My cousin Cam Lewis, shout out to him, plays for Buffalo Bills. I'm in Atlanta this past weekend, and you got the big fella, and I'll get his name in a second. Didn't even realize he was down there, from Kentucky, the defensive lineman, and it's Cass Tech grad. And that's what Cass and King does. They do it all the time. You can go to Division 1, 2, 3, FBS, doesn't matter, FCS, it does not matter. They got kids on every level.
It's about 30 guys in that Cass King game tonight who have at least one Division I offer.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
And there should be some college coaches here checking everything out. It's going to be interesting.
Both those teams expected to go far in their respective divisions in the state playoffs. Both Cass and King hope they're right back here Thanksgiving weekend.
Deion Walker, big defensive lineman, saw him, and I just got a chance to shake his hand. He got a lot of play on Monday night in Atlanta.
They will throw, and it's caught. Kenneth Porter makes the catch from Darius Brown. Eric's been calling for that for his Doughboys for about 15 minutes now.
And see, now that they're down, you're going to call them my Doughboys.
I was trying to be impartial until the end of the game, man. Come on, you're killing me.
Hey, listen, they are my Doughboys, and no matter what happens, I'm so proud of the effort that they put forth and getting on those buses every day and all the adversity that Coach Sewell talked about. I talked to him earlier this year and during the season a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good situation for him, but he's got to be happy and pleased by this team getting here.
It's going to be a face mask on Denby. Brown running for his life, but the initial contact was a face mask. And although the clock reads 000, there is a penalty on Denby we have to sort out.
Yeah, and game can't end on a penalty.
Crowd thinks it's over. The Denby sidelines lining up at the 50-yard line.
But it's a false start against the Pershing, so.
It's offsetting penalties. And that should be the game. Yep, it is. Congratulations to the Tars at Denby. Scored the final 20 in this football game. Scored all 12 points in the second half. And they are PSL champions.
That's it. The gold division is it belongs to the team in the yellow uniform, and that's the Denby Tars. And shout out to them. Hats off to Zachary Carr. That's 2 out of 3. Great win. They're going to prepare for the state playoffs that they just qualified for with this victory. So, and if you're Pershing, keep your heads up. You got East Point. You're going to get 6. You should be able to get 6 against East Point. I saw them earlier this year. So, let's see.
As the two teams shake hands, we'll take a quick break. We'll come on back. We'll get our G of the game. Tom will have that. We'll get you the highlights and sign off and get you ready for our second game tonight. Congratulations, Denby, your PSL champs again.
I don't know how I feel about basketball, man. Ain't nothing like me.
You know I live for this game. You're good at this. This can get you where you want to go. You're smart and you're more than talented. So don't waste it by getting yourself into things you can't get out of.
You got a bright future ahead of you.
You gotta stop focusing on the fast money.
I know situations that was actually true that never gone public. My allegations are completely false.
So how much are you gonna make the people?
You know, some people will find a way to get to a bigger check.
Who built this? Me! And nobody taking it.
Remember, whatever you decide to do, always say God with you.
This is like a full circle moment for me. Growing up in Detroit. One bad decision could change your life for the rest of your life, bro. You got a choice to make. It's either the streets or us. I guess I don't have a choice.
Congratulations to the Denby Tars, PSL champs again. Couple of touchdowns from Trey Bush, RG of the game, standing by with Tom Cavanaugh.
Thanks, Evan. Alongside Trey Bush, our G-Brand USG of the game. Trey, 2 touchdowns tonight for you and a huge 20-6 win over Pershing. Had some incredible defensive plays as well. Talk to me about, how you played today, how you felt your performance was, especially putting that cap on the end there with that last touchdown.
I just feel like we came out with a good game plan, good week of practice. We came out, we executed. We started slow. I had a touchdown in the first half, and I had another touchdown, but we didn't connect me and the quarterback, so I came back for another touchdown. That's how everything happened. I had some good plays on defense too. I'm just so happy for my team for us this championship. Go Tars.
Now, you just told me you were in 7th grade when you guys won the PSL a couple of years ago. You're just a sophomore. Yeah. What's that feeling like? Because you saw what this Denby team can do last year as a freshman, losing to Detroit Central. You got your get back this year. Talk about it.
I feel like everything's a blessing. And I feel like we just had to come here and win because later on in the season, they said it was they said we ain't really beat Pershing. So, we had to come here and show them that we really can beat them. And we came with a good game plan. Thank you to Coach Carr and Coach Mo. They're the best coaches on earth. Thanks for them.
It leads me on to my next question. Talk about Coach Carr and those assistant coaches as well and what they mean to you guys, how they molded you guys into upright citizens, upstanding men in this community, but also incredible football players.
So let's start with Coach Carr. Accountability, respect. He the master man behind everything. Coach Mo is the mental, physical coach. He come with everything. He come with the inspiration, and they come with everything, and it all comes together, and it comes to a win.
Trey, I won't hold you any longer. Go celebrate with the team, man.
Thank you.
Trey Bush, our G-Brand USA G of the game, with a 20-6 win over Pershing for the Denby Tars at the PSL Championship.
Trey's an old pro, had all the right answers. Thank the coaches, thanks the staff, thanks everybody. An old pro. That's a guy who, man, he sure looks the part. Sophomore in name only. Feels like he's going to be getting some lot of looks from collegiate programs going forward. Eric, early on in this game, it does feel like, and I know I'm speaking to a Pershing doughboy here, but it does feel like if you're a fan, they're going, okay, what could have been? Because on their first drive, they march down, they score the touchdown, but the quarterback, Patterson, gets hurt on the first drive, and to be candid, the rest of the game was just an uphill climb for Pershing.
Yeah, it really was, and make no mistake about it, Denby really controlled the play after that first drive. Pershing had some flashes, but they never had that. They had flickers. They didn't have that big boom flash that carries you all the way to the finish line, and that hurt. But when your best player goes down, somebody else has got to step up. It's always next man up in football, and it just didn't happen for Pershing. Very proud of their effort, but Denby, what can you say about them? This is 2 championships out of 3 years here at Ford Field. And there's no reason why Zachary Carr and his crew can't get back with players like this, the G of the game there.
Their season, of course, not over. Denby playing University Prep Science and Math next week, and then it's off to the playoffs for another year for Denby, who's lost in their first round of the playoff game in the last couple of years. Trey Bush ran for a couple. Deron Jennings had a 73-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to start this second half. And that's all she wrote in our PSL Gold title game tonight. Denby 20-6 over Pershing. Tars score the final 20 of the football game and outlast a Pershing team that was outmanned tonight but battled valiantly, literally, until the last play of the game. That's it for game 1 of the day. But we got one more coming up. We got a PSL Blue title game coming up, another edition of Cass Tech and Detroit King. You won't want to miss that. For Eric, Tom, the whole crew, Evan saying, so long for now. We're back in about 45 minutes to bring you Cass and King from Ford Field.